It's a question that actually has a lot of answers. It divides a lot of agents at eXp. The question is, if you're joining eXp, who should I pick as my sponsor? What's the right way to go? Let's see if we can break some eggshells here. This is Steve, real estate agent with the Malone Realty Group at eXp here in the Atlanta area. Okay, so probably won't be a very long video here, just from what I have seen going forward and what I think the best practices are. So let's say you're moving over to eXp. If you're thinking about moving over to eXp, congratulations, good for you. Very smart move. Best brokerage in the world right now to me when I look at not only where we are right now, but where we're going to be in a year, in 2 years, in 3 years. There's nowhere else I would rather be, no other platform to build my team, build my business than eXp. The question becomes, where do I plant my flag as far as sponsorship? Who should be my sponsor? You ask some eXp agents, and the eXp agents will tell you who's the person that first introduced you to eXp. That should be your sponsor. And that might be kind of the official title. The reality is, and again, I don't know if this is in culture or if this is the correct answer or not from what we're supposed to say. I'm going to give you my interpretation. I'm going to tell you that if I had it to do all over again, what would I have done? And what I have done is exactly what I did, is exactly how I played it, and it's exactly how you should play it going forward. The person you should pick as your sponsor is a person that's going to help you maximize your move to eXp. Period. To me, that's the answer to the question. And I'll give you a perfect example. I have a friend who is here in the North Georgia area. He's a friend of mine. He's at eXp. He was recruited by one of the more national companies. I think they're based out in California. And his sponsor, I believe, is based out in California as well. So he gets a lot of national help. But as far as local help, there's not a whole lot there for him. So for that reason, there are some things that he is struggling with right now. Not to say that that's not the way to go, but for what he needed from his company, or for his company and for his business and for where he was in his career, what he needed may not have been what that was. That may not have been the right spot. And for that reason, he is seeing some growing pains with where he is. We coach him and we help him out, and I'm trying to get him to where he needs to be, otherwise. But that being said, I had the opportunity to either pick somebody on the more national level, somebody who was my sponsor who was out of the area. If you're an agent and you're doing any business, you've talked to somebody from eXp. They are calling like crazy. Okay, so I talked to at least 4 other people other than my sponsor who were interested in me joining eXp. And I think that 3 of them were national figures that were not in the metro Atlanta area, and one of them was, but his structure was outside of the metro Atlanta area, or the people that he was under were more outside the metro Atlanta area. What I needed when I came into eXp and what I was not getting at my previous brokerage was I needed coaching, I needed guidelines, I needed help, I needed camaraderie, I needed all these little pieces that being as a part of a group or a team here would help with, but I didn't want to be with a team. I didn't need to be with a team anymore. I was with a team for a long time and it was great. I learned a lot of valuable information, but it was time for me to go out on my own. That being said, when you're on a team, you have camaraderie, you have growth, you have hanging out together, you get all that stuff. Didn't really get that as much when you go solo where I was. Now I come over to eXp. The way that the structure is that we're within a network here in the North Georgia area, which is now kind of expanding. So we're covering more of the Southeast and more of the U.S. as some more United States people are coming in. However, the structure itself, the big dogs within that network are right here in Atlanta. So if I needed to call one of them, if I needed something, I could call them and I could pick it up in 30 minutes. If I needed something and I needed, how do I do this or how to do that? I take somebody out to lunch and they lay out their whole, playbook and say, this is how everything works. And they're right here. Okay. To me, that was important. So when I looked at it, again, I had plenty of opportunities to, who do I align with? Who do I plant my sponsorship flag with? I had plenty of opportunities plenty of different places. To me, what made the most sense was to be local to where I was. That's what made the most sense for me. Now, that being said, not only do I get the local coaching, but within the group that I'm within the Fast Forward movement, which is Dan Beer and Kyle Whistle's group. I've talked about them before. They're out in San Diego. Kyle Whistle does over $400 million a year on his team. Dan Beer did over $600 million. They did over $1.1 billion combined last year, those two teams in San Diego. Yeah, I'm learning a little bit from them, okay? And we're also within the Honey Badgers group where you have, another wave of like super producers. So we're learning all that stuff on the national level, and we are, strengthened and we are supported by the group that's on the more local level, which is exactly what my business needed. It's exactly why I signed up. So that way, if I had it to do all over again, the only thing I would have changed is I would have come in a whole lot sooner. It's the only thing I would have changed. I came in exactly the right sponsor, came in exactly the right location, exact right networking structure, nailed it. That was what worked for me. What's going to work for you? For you, you may be a killer team. Let's say you work in Charlotte, let's just say. Throw it out there, Charlotte. Your team is killing it. You've been in production for 20 years. You've got a team of like 50 people. But you think to yourself, all right, I don't need boots on the ground. I don't need, people around me, at the local level to help support this team. This team is rocking and rolling. What I need to get in the room with the right people. I need to get in the room with people who are doing $600 million, $700 million, $800 million. I need to be in the room with teams that are doing 1,100 transactions a year. If that's the case, then maybe it makes more sense to join one of the more national teams, such as a Dan Beer's team, a network, I should say, Dan Beer's network. You go in under him as your sponsor, or you go in under Kyle Whistle as your sponsor. Things like that. So it all depends on what are you looking for. I say this to people all the time when they talk about coming to eXp, or when they talk about bringing people to eXp, and when they talk about attracting people to eXp and being their sponsor, and I always ask them, what's the number one reason why somebody would go from their current brokerage to eXp? The answer to that question is, I don't know. And nobody does, because everybody has a different reason to come over. Okay, some people, they want to get away from a giant cap. Some people are like excited about the potential for agent attraction and they want that piece. Some people are like, stocks, yes, sign me up for stock awards and for the ability to earn stock when I do a deal. Some people are like, I need more structure. Everybody's got a different jam. Everybody's got a different reason why they want it. That's the reason why they're coming to eXp, and for that reason, there's a different sponsor for each one of those people. It's not necessarily the first person you talk to. It could be the first person you talk to, because the first person that you talk to about eXp could be the solution to all the problems that you're looking to solve by coming to eXp. But look at it through that lens. What problems am I trying to solve? Who has solved them at eXp that I can plug into and can help me get to the next level? Because that's the reason why, at the end of the day, I'll take that back. The reason why everybody comes to eXp is because they're trying to get to the next level, because they think eXp is better than where they were before. That's why they come in. Now, the reasons why are different. That's why the sponsorship should be a little bit different. Everybody should ask themselves different questions. But ultimately, the question is, what am I lacking? Who's going to help me solve that problem better than anybody else? So if you have questions about that, if you have a pain point that you don't know who the right person is to talk to about that, let us know. I mean, we can point you in the right direction to talk to the right people. Yeah, obviously, I would love for everybody and their mother to come in under me. That's great. But the reality is, I may not be the right person. If you are in Southern California, and like, let's say in San Diego, and you need somebody to teach you how to do real estate. You don't want to be on a team, but you want to learn as much about real estate as possible, and somebody that really knows the area. So I'd say, call Dan Beer, call Kyle Whistle today. Call them both and see, who makes the most sense. But if you're in the Atlanta area, and you're thinking that's all those same questions, yeah, we need to talk, because what we're building in our modern agent group here, our modern agent network, that's within that fast forward movement, that's within the Honey Badgers movement. At the modern agent, we're building something gigantic, huge, crazy. So let's talk about it. So That's the answer to the question. I promise it's going to be a short answer, and I've gone for 10 minutes. There you go. Whatever. This is Steve. If you have any questions, give me a call, 470-233-4409. Emails below. Shout out. Let me know. Steve. Talk to you later. Bye. Thanks for watching the video today. If you want, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel down here so that way you don't miss out anytime we post new updates on the real estate market and about eXp. If you want more about eXp right now, I've got some videos over here. Check those out. Let me know if you have any questions about eXp, fastest growing real estate brokerage in the world.